विघ्नेश्वराय वरदाय सुरप्रियाय लंबोदराय सकलाय जगद्विताय नागाननाय श्रुतियज्ञ विभूषिताय गौरीसुताय गणनाथ नमो नमस्ते।
नमस्कार, ये सद्भावना टीवी चैनल है। आज हम आपको स्वर्गीय रामवृक्ष चौधरी जो माननीय मंत्री बिहार सरकार थे, उनका चौथी पुण्यतिथि उनका नानपुर स्थित आवास पर आयोजित किया गया है। आइए हम नानपुर शिवालय पर चलते हैं और दिखाते हैं इस कार्यक्रम। नमस्ते।
माता शकुंतला देवी स्वर्गीय रामवृक्ष चौधरी द्वारा सेवा संस्थान द्वारा पूज्य पिता स्वर्गीय रामवृक्ष चौधरी की पुण्यतिथि पूर्व मंत्री बिहार सरकार की मनाई गई है आज, जिसमें नानपुर शिवालय पे, जिसमें जिला कांग्रेस कमेटी के जिला अध्यक्ष विमल शुक्ला जी और यहाँ के लोकल सारे मुखिया जी, आसपास के 8-9 पंचायत के मुखिया जी लोग आए थे। भाजपा विधानसभा के मोस्टली सभी गणमान्य व्यक्ति लोग आए थे। जो हमारे संस्था द्वारा हर साल पहले सीतामढ़ी में मनाया जाता था, इस साल अपने लोकल प्रखंड में मनाया गया है, जिसकी तैयारी हम लोगों ने संस्था के सारे मेंबर ने अपने ढंग से किया है। और ये उनके व्यक्तित्व पे हम सभी ने चर्चा किया और उनके व्यक्तित्व के बारे में बताया गया कि कैसे समाज सेवी थे और आज के समय में कैसे समाज सेवी लोग हैं, उनका जीवन पे प्रकाश डाला गया। इसी बातों के साथ
जी का पुण्यतिथि बड़ी हर्षोल्लास के साथ नानपुर शिवालय के प्रांगण में, जो नानपुर स्टेट का पुराना अपना हाथा में बड़ी धूमधाम से मनाया गया। चूँकि रामवृक्ष चौधरी जी इस क्षेत्र के गणमान्य, विद्यमान, बुद्धिमान और समाज सेवी थे। आज उनके बराबरी का अभी तक राजनीति में एक भी नेता उनके टक्कर का नहीं मिल रहा है। इस उपलक्ष्य में यहाँ के जितने भी गणमान्य, बुजुर्ग, विद्वान लोग आए थे, सबों ने उनके जीवनी पर एक ऐसा प्रकाश डाला कि अभी तक न रामवृक्ष चौधरी जैसा नेता आया है और न जाने भविष्य में आएगा। कार्यकर्ता
उमाशंकर प्रसाद सेवा
जनता दल के वरिष्ठ कार्यकर्ता
बड़ा किशोर सिंह
जी,
पूर्व उप मुखिया नानपुर थे। जैसे हमारे रामवृक्ष चौधरी, उनके समय से बहुत काम हो रहा था। अभी तो जैसे उतना बड़ा नेता तो है नहीं, कोनो बहुत बढ़िया नेता थे वो
जी।
रामधारी उर्फ दिनकर जी, नानपुर से, जो आज रामवृक्ष चाचा जो एक अच्छे नेता थे, उनका आज पुण्यतिथि था। जो उन पर जो जीवनी है उनका रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं। आज ऐसा लगता है कि अभी वो स्वर्गवास नहीं हुए हैं, अभी जिंदे हैं, सबके दिल में है। जिस प्रकार के आज जैसे ईमानदार नेता थे, जो समाज सेवी थे, आज तक वैसा नेता नहीं हुआ अभी तक।
नाम हुआ मुन्ना सहनी जी। स्वर्गीय रामवृक्ष चौधरी जी की पुण्यतिथि पर यहाँ के गण्यमान्य लोग ने जैसे प्रकाश डाला और उनके व्यक्तित्व के बारे में बताया कि यहाँ के बड़े ही अच्छे समाज सेवी नेता थे। हर घर से इनका एक घर से इनका लगाव था, रुझान था। आज ऐसे नेता नहीं होते हैं जो हवा हवाई की बात करते हैं। इनमें यह खासियत था कि किसके घर में कितने आदमी हैं, किनका घर किस मुहे हैं, या बताते कौन गरीब है, कौन क्या है, सबके बारे में एक एक व्यक्ति के बारे में जानते थे और उनको यह सहयोग करते थे। मैंने ये बात कहकर
उन्होंने एक सुझाव दिया, मैं पिताजी के जो कर्म के आधार पे उनके नाम को कभी झुकने नहीं दूंगा, आगे ही बढ़ाने की कोशिश हमेशा करूंगा। ये आप सबको एक विश्वास दिलाता हूँ, उनका नाम कभी नहीं झुकेगा, उनके नाम पे आगे बढ़ता हुआ ही काम करके दिखाऊंगा। अब अगले वक्ता के रूप में मोहम्मद सरंसा जी, जो नवनिर्वाचित प्रदेश प्रतिनिधि बने हैं कांग्रेस के, उनको कहूंगा अपनी बात।
टीवी चैनल है। आज हम आपको ले चल रहे हैं डुमरा स्थित अम्बेडकर टावर, जहां पर कई कार्यक्रम आयोजित किए गए हैं। आइए देखते हैं इस कार्यक्रम। नमस्ते।
नरेंद्र मोदी जी के आज जन्मदिन पर युवा मोर्चा सीतामढ़ी की तरफ से हम हार्दिक बधाई देते हुए शुभकामना देते हैं। आज युवा मोर्चा के प्रदेश के आदेशानुसार जिला अध्यक्ष चुनचुन सिंह के नेतृत्व में और महामंत्री प्रिंस तिवारी के अध्यक्षता और राघव जी के अध्यक्षता में युवा मोर्चा द्वारा आज स्वच्छता अभियान चलाया गया, जो कि दलित महाबस्ती में भी हम लोग कार्यक्रम सुबह में 9 कुछ मिनट पर किए और राम पदार्थ नगर में किए, जिसमें हमारे युवा मोर्चा के सारे साथीगण मिलकर और पदाधिकारीगण मिलकर सफाई अभियान किया। और शाम में बाबू वीर कुंवर सिंह चौक पर हम लोगों ने नरेंद्र मोदी जी का भव्य जन्मदिन मनाने का कार्यक्रम किया, जिसके उपरांत हमारे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जिला अध्यक्ष भी उपस्थित रहे, सुबोध सिंह जी भी, और उन्होंने स्लोगन लिखने का भी कार्यक्रम किया, जो कि हमारे बैनर तले टंगा हुआ था। उस पर सारे युवा मोर्चा पदाधिकारीगण एवं आम कार्यकर्ता जो हमारे थे, सब लोग ने प्रधानमंत्री को शुभकामनाएं व्यक्त की उस पर स्लोगन लिखकर। और वो स्लोगन हम लोग कल परसों पार्टी द्वारा प्रदेश कार्यालय में नियुक्त कर देंगे। यहाँ से वो पीएमओ कार्यालय चली जाएगी। ठीक है, और नींबू डाल दीजिए।
पॉलिथीन में डाल रहा हम लोग
नन्ही जान तरपूर जाती, अपना रक्त पिला देती, यदि फटती आज वज्र की छाती। तो किसानों की दुर्दशा पर हमारे दिनकर जी ने ऐसी कविता कही थी। मैं क्या कहूँ, आज तो आप देख ही रहे हैं कि जो 9 लाख करोड़ कर्जे का लाख रुपए का कर्ज, बैंकों का कर्ज उद्योगपतियों ने दिला लिया है, लेकिन फिर भी इस देश में किसानों की ऐसी निवेदन करता हूँ कि आप कार्यक्रम में आवे और उसको सफल बनावे। मैं इसी वाणी के साथ, इसी शब्दों के साथ अपने वाणी को विराम दे। बहुत संपन्न बनाने से बहुत संपन्न लोग हैं, लेकिन उन्हीं को कुपोषण का शिकार है। तो बिहार सरकार की हिम्मत नहीं, भारत सरकार का हिम्मत नहीं किसानों की आवाज को रोक पाए।
हड़ताल का आत्मा जिले के सभी प्रखंडों के आवास कर्मियों ने हड़ताल को अनिश्चितकालीन तक कायम रखने के लिए आम सहमति बना ली है कि जब तक हमारे लंबित मानदेय का भुगतान नहीं होगा, तब तक किसी भी हालत में इस हड़ताल को खत्म नहीं किया जाएगा। और पूर्व में जो घोषणा की गई है मानदेय भुगतान को लेकर, आवास कर्मी के द्वारा पटना तक पैदल चल करके यात्रा करने के लिए, उसके लिए अभी चिंतन और समीक्षा बैठक का आयोजन किया जा रहा था, जिसमें यह सर्वसम्मति बना ली गई है कि हम 21 तारीख से पटना तक पद यात्रा करते हुए मानदेय भुगतान को लेकर सीतामढ़ी जिले के सभी आवास कर्मी जाएंगे। इसके लिए सभी जिले के आवास कर्मी हमें सहयोग भी करेंगे। जो भी रास्ते में आने वाले जिले हैं वह इसमें शामिल होते जाएंगे। और इस बात पर सीतामढ़ी जिला इकाई अटल है, अडिग है कि हमारा जब तक मानदेय का भुगतान नहीं हो जाएगा तब तक हम हड़ताल से वापस नहीं लौटेंगे। और 20 तारीख तक केवल इंतजार है कि हमारा मानदेय का भुगतान 20 तारीख तक संभावना एक बन रही है कि हो जाएगा। अगर 20 तारीख से नहीं होता है तो 21 तारीख से नवरात्र के अवसर पर हम लोग पद यात्रा का आयोजन अवश्य करेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। मैं दिलीप कुमार।
मैं संजीव कुमार झा, जिला संयोजक सागासा बिहार।
सीतामढ़ी जिला इकाई से पिछले 8 दिनों से हम लोग अनिश्चितकालीन हड़ताल पर बैठे हैं अपने लंबित मानदेय के कारण। अभी तक जिला से ऐसा कुछ आश्वासन हम लोगों को प्राप्त नहीं हुआ है या कोई ऐसी बात नहीं कही गई है कि आप लोगों का लंबित मानदेय कब तक दिया जाएगा। इस कारण से हमारे प्रदेश अध्यक्ष और जिला कमेटी यह डिसाइड की है कि नवरात्रा के अवसर पर गुरुवार से हम लोग पद यात्रा पे निकलेंगे। यह पद यात्रा सीतामढ़ी से सचिवालय तक होगी।
तो अपने गुरु को मैं कैसे हो सकता हूँ और मैंने ये पुष्पमाला अर्पित कर
माने जाते हैं। इनकी रचना
मंत्री, राष्ट्रपति या कैबिनेट मंत्री, राज्य मंत्री के सचिवालयों की जो भाषा होगी, मुख्यमंत्री के निर्देशों की जो भाषा होगी, बीडीओ, सीओ, कलेक्टर, एसपी, डीएसपी के कार्य करने की जो भाषा होगी वह हिंदी ही होगी। तो हिंदी को राजभाषा के सिंहासन मिलना चाहिए, व्यावहारिक रूप में ऐसा देखने को मिलता नहीं है। आज भी जो न्यायाधीशगण हैं वो फैसले अंग्रेजी में सुनाया करते हैं। यह राजभाषा के नियमों के विपरीत जाता है। और तो और जानेंगे संभव है कि राधाकृष्ण गोयनका महाविद्यालय के प्रधानाचार्य के द्वारा भी बहुत सारे निर्देश अंग्रेजी में आते होंगे, जबकि राजभाषा हिंदी में आना चाहिए। ध्यान रखें बच्चों, खासकर से हिंदी हमारी राजभाषा है, हिंदी हमारी राष्ट्रभाषा है, हिंदी हमारी मातृभाषा है, हिंदी हमारी संपर्कों की भाषा है, हिंदी हमारी माध्यम भाषा है। आखिर हुआ क्या जो ऐसी घटना घट रही है? तो दरअसल हिंदी बोलने वालों की संख्या आज विचार करेंगे तो भारत में इसलिए राजाओं की वीरता का बढ़ा चढ़ाकर बखान करते थे, प्रतिशोधों को बखान करते थे। परिणाम है कि कभी कभी तो ऐसा बढ़ा चढ़ाकर लिखना शुरू कर दिया कि राम और कृष्ण को भी अपने राजाओं को महत्व से हराना शुरू कर दिया, ट्राई करना दिखा दिया, या दुश्मनों के सर गरम करके वो विजय पताका फहराए और विचार की दृष्टि से परम उज्ज्वल है, सर्वोच्च है, और उसकी भाषा भी इसी प्रकार से बहुत ही अद्भुत है, अनुकरणीय है। उसकी जब हिंदू और मुसलमान दोनों, हम दोनों के घरों में जो विकृतियां हैं, जो कुरीतियां हैं, जो कुमान्यताएं हैं, जो गलत परंपराएं हैं, रूढ़ियां हैं, जिनसे दोनों समाज का अहित हो रहा है, ऐसे विचारों को मानने से तो उन दोनों पर कुठाराघात किया, चोट की, उसका विरोध किया, क्रांतिकारी विरोध किया। इसलिए कभी क्रांतिकारी भी कहे जाते हैं। उनके कदम क्रांति का शंखनाद करते हैं। भेड़े हो, कबूतर हो, भैंसे हो, और सब भी उसी प्रकार से निंदनीय है। अगर ये हम नहीं करते तब कहीं अत्याचार करते हुए अत्याचार करने की जरूरत नहीं है। हम सम्मान के साथ उन्हें समझाकर हम राहों से या अपने यहाँ पर चलाने की कोशिश करते।
ये सद्भावना टीवी चैनल है। आज हम आपको ले चल रहे हैं आनंद नगर पुरुलिया, वेस्ट बंगाल, जहाँ पर हम दिखा रहे हैं आनंद मार्ग से संबंधित एक वृत्त चित्र यानी डॉक्यूमेंट्री कार्यक्रम। आइए देखते हैं सर।
आनंद मूर्ति जी, श्री प्रभात रंजन सरकार, a great reformer of modern India. He had written this book, Rar, the Cradle of Civilization, which we can consider as one of the most important contribution in the field of human civilization and culture. An understanding by a sacred specialist is so much of our revelation of the past. In this particular book, we find the systematic approach, systematic study that he had undertaken on a particular area. The particular area is known as Chhotanagpur Plateau and popularly known as the Ra. In this particular region, we find a very striking evidences of human civilization. And human civilization had developed from its early evidences, that is the prehistoric past of human groups. Here, in this particular valley area, particularly river valleys such as Subharnareka Valley, Totka, Shilai, and many others, both banks of these rivers and in the valleys, we find the evidence of habitation by early ancestors of modern man. The earlier ancestors of modern man had a free access and they lived here comfortably throughout the different periods that they have survived in this particular valley. Because in this valley, the potential sources for their sustenance, such as food and all other amenities, were available from time to time. Here, in this particular region, we find the earliest evidence for tool making, that is the making of very crude type of tools of, technically it is known as lower Paleolithic period, when man first emerged as a tool maker. That particular period is then gradually transformed and became the Middle Paleolithic period and Upper Paleolithic period, where we find some other additions and some development in the tool making techniques and the other artifacts. These artifacts that the human being first developed during Upper Paleolithic period is the art. Human creation of art we find for the first time in the human history. Early man had the capacity and their skeleton, their other physical features were suitable for creation of this art. During this period, prior to this period, we do not get any evidence of art. But this area in Chotanagpur Plateau, we find some evidences of prehistoric art. On the both banks of Subarnarekha River Valley, we find such evidences of earliest formation of art in the form of carvings. Or after that, we get the evidences of emergence of early man with much developed varieties of tools and artifacts. A particular region called Jamshola, a village, where we get profuse evidences of early man from the earliest phase to the later phase, and final phase also, when man became the food producer. That is, during Neolithic period, man emerged as the cultivators, and also they have domesticated different varieties of animals. So all these periods are being covered, and in this particular region we get the evidences in successive phases, and the layers are well documented with human habitation and human presence with much superior type of weapons and tools and other evidences for their living, including their habitation. Anandamurti ji, philosophically oriented person, and he had a profuse knowledge on the early man and its culture. And that is well documented in this particular region in archaeological and anthropological repository that we get in different phases, in different soils, in different layers. So all these support the view that the local people of this particular region, the indigenous people, that is all what is found in this particular book, and this book is a beautiful portrait of early man and his works.
Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji, the spiritual guru, always walked the talk. To transfer his word into reality, he established the central ashram of Ananda Margo at Anandanagar, the hub of the land of Rar. The essence of Ananda Margo ideology is Atma Mokshartha Jagat Hitaya. This means that on the one hand, human being will be blessed with spirit.
This region is also worthy of being recognized by archaeologists as the cradle of a Rar civilization. Incidentally, our Anandanagar falls under Jhalda and Joypur police station.
In 1962, Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji called a few followers of Ananda Margo and told them,
The activities of the Sangha are spreading very fast. Jamalpur is too small a place to carry on the activities of Marga. To turn Ananda Marga ideology into reality, we need a bigger tract of land. So you should search for a large area.
In about mid-May, Sri Anandamurti Ji went to Ranchi. When he was returning to Jamalpur, the train stopped at Muri Junction. He called a few acharyas of the Sangha and said,
Do you know that in the vast expanse of Arar region, especially the banks of Kamshavati, Subarnarekha and Damodar rivers are foundation of spirituality and culture? Arar has been the seat of Shaiva Tantra, Jain Tantra and Buddhist Tantra for a long time. At some place near Muri Junction, we will set up the headquarters of Ananda Marga. Search for a suitable land without delay.
The search for land began. A few good lands were found, but finally, instructed by Sri Anandamurti Ji, Acharya Amulya Ratan Sarangi, Acharya Pranay Kumar Chattopadhyay and Acharya Kedarnath Sharma reached the palace of Sri Raghunandan Singh Dev, the king of Karjaipur in Purulia district. After knowing their identity and the purpose of their visit, the king said,
It is a matter of pride to be associated with a noble work. People call me king, but I have neither kingdom nor a capital. Well, at a far distance from this place in Baglata Moja, there is a hilly and rock parcel of land in the name of my wife, Srimati Prafulla Kumari Devi. If you like the land, you can take it.
Seeing the land, they liked it. Consequently, on August 21st, 1962, 170.89 acres of land were registered, landing profusely the generosity and charity of the royal family. Sri Anandamurti Ji sent a letter in the name of Srimati Prafulla Kumari Devi on 23rd Falgun 1370 according to the Bengali calendar. The contents of the letter were as follows.
Because of the cooperation and sympathy of Srimati Prafulla Kumari Devi, the huge enterprise has made an auspicious beginning in Ananda. I convey my heartfelt thanks to her. Let her example be imitated by all.
In fact, Anandanagar is the dreamland of Sri Anandamurti Ji.
Subsequently, on August 21, 1962, Sri Anandamurti Ji named this sacred land Anandanagar, land of bliss. A few days later, in November 1962, he first engaged Acharya Brahmadev Ji in the work of building up of Anandanagar. At that time, Anandanagar was a hilly land surrounded by jungles. Even in daylight, different kinds of animals were found moving on the soil of the place. There were days when Anandanagar area was the habitat of ferocious animals. The names of different villages that surround Anandanagar bear testimony of their existence. For example, Baglata, that is, tigers, used to hide behind leaves and creepers. Likewise, Singhagra, that is the area where low roaring sound of lions were heard. Similarly, we have names of places like Shialgada, Hathinaga, Lakradanda. Shialgada was so named because jackals lived in the holes in that area. Hathinaga is the place where elephant used to move frequently. Acharya Brahmadev Ji made a thatched hut near Dakshina river and started living there. We now have the press building at the same place. After a few days, towards the beginning of 1963, Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji engaged Sri Ram Kishore Ji in place of Acharya Brahmadev Ji.
In March 1963, Ram Kishore Ji, in the same thatched hut, started a free primary school and homeopathic treatment center. In December, tents were erected around the mud walls and a camp of volunteer social service was held. After the camp came to an end on January 18, 1964, Junior High School was established in the land where the camp was held. We can call this place Cradle of Anandanagar.
Facility means physically fit, mentally strong, and spiritually born.
After a few days, the schools were shifted to the place where the present upper hostel made of curved tiles stands. In 1964, West Bengal Education Department gave recognition to Anandanagar Junior High School, and in 1964, West Bengal Board of Secondary Education also gave recognition to Anandanagar High School. At present, the high school is being run beautifully in its own brick-built building. In 1964, a hostel for poor students was started at the place where the present chief hostel is being run. At present, there are 11 hostels in Anandanagar, such as Singhbhum Hostel, THITHI Hostel, Sheep Hostel, Upper Hostel, and Post-Primary Hostel, etc. Centered on different neighboring villages are a few hostels for boys and 4 hostels for girls.
There was a time when the percentage of educated people in these villages in Anandanagar area was only 5%. In order to give proper education to every human of this region, 45 primary schools are now being run on behalf of Anandamaga. Around these 45 schools, there are 4 junior high schools. There are also 2 high schools, one for the boys and the other for the girls. Apart from those schools, there is an engineering college. College Anandamarg Institute of Technology. On March 8, 1964, Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji himself laid the foundation of this institute. A B.Ed college has been set up to create teachers in the true sense of the term. As a result, thousands of boys and girls are seeing the light of education every year. New job opportunities are also increasing.
Rarbhum is very interesting situation who has really identified the most civilized and most tolerable, most cultural people of this Rarbhum has been identified by Prabhataranjan Sarkar and or Anandamurti Ji, because he has given us a status, worldwide status, that here is a people who are living without the potentialities of safety and others, but with their songs and dance, with their Jhumur and Chho dance and others, they have become so famous worldwide that you can't imagine. Everything has been newly reconstructed by Prabhataranjan Sarkar, and his volunteers have toured and established so many high schools, so many primary schools, and also girls' high school and colleges, including the health centers and others. So I salute Anandamurti Ji or Prabhataranjan Sarkar for developing us in this region.
Opposite to Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji's quarter, lies the central office, surrounded by unburned bricks and with asbestos roof.
On March 6, 1964, the soil of Anandanagar was first blessed with the footprints of Baba Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji. Boarding Bardhaman Ranchi passenger train from Dhanbad, he reached Pundag station. He gave first general darshan on the veranda of upper hostel. Subsequently, he himself walked and visited various projects in Anandanagar and made their sketches. Once Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji said that social service should be made compulsory in school routine. Hearing his instructions, students and teachers of Anandanagar school built a road from Pundag station to Marga Guru quarters. And named it Madhukarnika Sarani. He was very glad to see this and said,
These students, as soft as flowers, have tirelessly worked hard to build this road. The people of the world will ever remember their sacrifice.
In the same year, 1964, Ananda Margo Charitable Hospital was founded. As the first doctor of the hospital, he sent Acharya Sachinandan Mandal. In June, Baglata Post Office came into existence as a temporary post office under the supervision of Garjaipur Post Office. Acharya Ramkishorji became the first postmaster. In the beginning of 1964, the activities of the post office started from the office of the press and book bending center. Shri Shri Anandamurti Ji said,
You don't gain anything by telling foodless people about God. First, we have to give food to the person who is going without food. During winter, he or she has to be given clothes. The person needs a house to live. If attached with disease, arrangements have to be made for his or her medical treatment. He or she has to be educated. If these requirements are not fulfilled, all-round development of human race is never possible.
That is why he urged his devotees to open many cheap kitchens, Ananda Margo Relief Team and Sevadal, etc. The task of these service-oriented centers would be to fulfill minimum requirement of human beings. Under his guidance, various medical centers such as acupuncture, acupressure, homeopathy, allopathy, etc. have been set up. New Life Asylum or NLA has been established for treatment of leprosy patients. Like in the past, people are not dying without treatment because of free medical camps. Ananda Margo Medical Team is now reaching the doorsteps of common people. Several children's homes have been established for parentless and helpless children. Shri Shri Anandamurti Ji used to say,
No one is as orphan on this earth. The Supreme Consciousness is the Father of one and all.
Ananda Margo Academy of Light, AMAL, has been set up to serve physically challenged children. Moreover, there are homes for incapacitated women as well as for men. Old age home Aksam Purus and Nari Nivas, even Center for Treatment of Animals, Veterinary College, etc. did not elude his sight.
For disabled animals, he established Aksham Poshu Nivash, shelter for disabled animals. At one point of time, practically no arrangements for employment was there for the local people. Now, 40% of these people are employed. The rate of government employment has increased from 2% to 10%.
এখানে কিছু ছিল না আনন্দমার্গ এসে শিক্ষার ব্যবস্থা স্কুল কলেজ হয়েছে ইলেকট্রিক হয়েছে জলের ব্যবস্থা হয়েছে কাজ পাচ্ছিল না কাজ এখন পাচ্ছে শিক্ষার মান হয়েছে
To raise economic standard of people, that is for 100% employment, Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji has given the concept of ideal farming based on cooperative, agro-industry, agrico-industry, dairy farm and others. Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji initiated some pilot projects based on agricultural farms like sandalwood trees, mango trees, orange trees, coffee, rubber, tea, etc. The West Bengal Tea Board recognized the tea of Anandanagar as of superlative quality in India. As non-agro industry, he has given the blueprint of cement factory, production of goods made from aluminium, distilled water plant, coal-related goods, iron-related goods, solar energy panels and so on. All these add up to 36 industries together. If these industries are set up, unemployment problem will no longer exist in this area. Among his plans are 924 large ponds and different projects of construction of dams on Uttara and Dakshina rivers, which are the tributaries of the river Damodar. If these projects see the light of the day, the problem of lack of potable water and irrigation will be removed. In the past, people were able to grow one crop on plain land. They would be able to grow 4 crops in the future. If the projects of large ponds and dams are implemented, dearth of water will not be there even on dry, arid land. Because of water conservation, there will be widespread development of agriculture and industry.
অনেকটা উন্নতি হয়েছে এই দাদারা এখানে আন্দোলন আছে বলে নিয়ে আমাদের ছেলা পূজা পড়াশোনা করেছে ছেলা পূজার আমাদের অনেক চাকরি বাকরি হয়েছে এই ড্যামটা হলে আমাদের চাষের উন্নতি হইতো এখানে আমাদের ধান বাঁচা যাইতো মধ্য নাই সেই ড্যামটা হলে আমাদের বহুত ভালো হইতো
This will be that side the natural hills and this side another high, so that can be our natural barrier, and this is only 8 feet wide, so this will be in the place to make the dam.
To fill the atmosphere of Anandanagar with natural beauty, Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji has set up 17 sanctuaries and 20 beauty spots. If these projects are implemented, animals and birds can grow freely without any hindrance.
Among the different projects given by Sri Anandamurti Ji, women education has a special importance. At one time, there was neither arrangement for higher education for women nor separate general education. So, in 1978, Sri Anandamurti Ji gave a few projects for women. Umanavas, Matri Sneha, Matri Geha, RAR Hostel for Female, etc. were established. He gave concepts of RAR Academy, RAR Kala Kendra, Rotunda, etc. to develop the RAR culture.
ভালগো অজানা পথিক এক দেশকে এসেছে অজানা পথিক এক দেশকে এসেছে ও সে রূপের ছটার ভরা ভোর দিয়েছে ও সে রূপের ছটার ভরা ভোর দিয়েছে তার জমিনে কমল ফুল ফুটিয়ে দিয়েছে তার জমিনে কমল ফুল ফুটিয়ে দিয়েছে ভালগো মোরা কাজ নিয়ে বেঁচে আছি নাচতে নাচতে যাই বনকে মোরা নাচতে নাচতে যাই বনকে মোরা কাজ নিয়ে ঘরকে ফিরে আসি কাজ নিয়ে ঘরকে ফিরে আসি মোরা কাজ নিয়ে বেঁচে আছি মোরা কাজ নিয়ে বেঁচে আছি
That is why Sri Anandamurti Ji has written in his book, The Cradle of Civilization.
Just as the people of Arar engaged themselves in philosophical exercises, in a lighter mood, they were ever vivacious with amusement, dance, song and humor. Different folk songs of Arar, different dance forms and different rhythmic and lyrical expressions gave birth to Jhumur, Baul, Chou dance, stick dance, Nachni dance and Tushu Bhadu songs.
The soil of Anandanagar contains mineral substance in abundance. For example, limestone, marble stones, ting-tang stones, china clay, topaz, mica, beryl, berad, feldspar, pyrad, kyanad, etc. Making use of these stones, many industries can be set up.
It was probably in the year 1967, in the month of January and February, Baba was walking just on different roads of Anandanagar. I was accompanying him. Just to draw Baba's attention, I told Baba
Baba, see, in the soil of Annagar, I notice full of sanmaika, and it seems there is much sulfur also, and there is iron also. Baba told, oh, you are a fool. You do not know that Annagar does not have only this sulfur, this sanmaika, this iron. Annagar is full of uranium, radium, platinum, gold, and many other invaluable treasure, invaluable mines. And so a time will come when people will know that how Annagar is rich in all those invaluable minerals. And remember that Annagar is not only a barren land, not only deserted land, as it seems now. In due course of time, all these invaluable, all these precious minerals will be discovered, and it will be, Annagar will be enriched with all those minerals. A few years later, I found that there is a headline news in a Statesman paper that in Annagar area, all around the Belamu hill, there is full of uranium minerals, and they started digging, and they found out also the uraniums. I went there to see, and they told that yes, there is uranium, full of uranium, but the percentage is not so much as we find. So they left that further digging. But I know surely that not only uranium, but also that platinum, radium, gold, everything are there, and it will be discovered in due course of time.
Sri Sri Anandamurti Ji wanted to create an exploitation-free human society throughout the world. According to his opinion, the whole world will not be free from exploitation in a day. The process has to begin from a lower level, that is, block level. To facilitate the process, 52 Moses of joyful and Jhaga purification are being administered by 52 councillors and a chairman. Their job is to implement these projects and transform Anandanagar into a city of bliss. As a result, not only Anandanagar will be free from exploitation, it will show the whole world a new way of making it exploitation-free.
Anandanagar is full of spiritual wealth. It is also seat of knowledge throughout the ages. The natural beauty of Anandanagar and its beautiful places called Seven Wonders will remain a center of attraction for spiritual aspirants and those who have thirst for knowledge as well as tourists. Keeping this in mind, an airport is included in the future plan of Anandanagar.
We will first visit Belamu Hill along the beautiful place of Anandanagar. To the east of middle Anandanagar, at a distance of about 4.5 kilometers, we see a hill in the east-west direction. This is the Belamu Hill. It is named after a giant god, Billamuk, just as the village Chitmu of Anandanagar has derived its name from the giant god Chittamuk. Belamu Hill is the oldest hill in the world. About 30 crores of years earlier, a huge hill pierced through the water layers of the earth and looked toward the sky. It is that Belam Hill.
Dead volcano. If a person looks straight towards the east from middle Anandanagar, he or she will see a mountain with its broken top at a distance of about 8 kilometers. In 1965, seeing the top of the mountain as a plain surface, Sri Sri Anandamurtiji suggested that it could once have been a volcano. Frequent eruptions had pulverized its top. On December 28, 1980, Sri Sri Anandamurtiji visited the Dimdiha hill. He collected a piece of black stone from the bottom of the river and proved that it was lava and the hill was once a volcano. In the past, during winter, the plateau of this mountain used to attract many birds from Siberia. These birds would lay eggs on the mountain. Local people would collect the eggs. That is why the mountain was named Dimdiha. Sri Sri Anandamurtiji gave it a new name, Dimbokuri.
Navachakra Cave. May 20, 1986 will be written in letters of gold in history. At the base of Dimdiha mountain, Sri Sri Anandamurtiji spotted a sketch of tantric figures and said, "It is a proof of tantric Navachakra meditation that was initiated by Lord Shiva. 9 chakras of human body are drawn here. Probably some tantric guru used to initiate his disciples to tantric meditation in this cave, or some tantric used to perform tantric practices, which is about 5,500 years old."
Fossil of dinosaur. To the west of Anandanagar is a small hill. Sri Sri Anandamurtiji named it Hill of Bones, Asti Pahar. On December 27, 1980, he visited the Hill of Bones and discovered a fossil of dinosaur. About 15 lakh years ago, it metamorphosized into a fossil. Some part of this fossil is still being preserved in the museum in his residence in Kolkata.
The oldest temple in the world. At a distance of 10 kilometers to the east of Dimdiha, there is a place called Devulghata, derived from the word Devalaya Ghata, the altar of deity. At Devulghata, there are 3 very ancient Jain temples. Due to lack of maintenance, the condition of the temples are very poor. According to the view of the historian Ramesh Chandra Majumdar, these temples are more than 2,200 years old. Jains are the pioneer of building temples and idols in the world. He is of the opinion that these temples were built during the reign of Chandragupta Maurya.
Couple Mountain. Couple Mountain is situated at a distance of about 25 kilometers to the south middle Anandanagar. This mountain was named after Saint Kapil, the first philosopher of the world and creator of Samkhya philosophy. He was born in the village Patidhalda near Kapil Mountain about 3000 years ago. Sitting in a cave of this mountain, he wrote Samkhya philosophy.
The source of Kongshabati River. If we look towards the southwest direction from the middle part of Anandanagar, we will see a round-shaped mountain. The place from where Kongshabati River springs is called Bujbuj. Water coming out of tank, flowing downwards, has become Kongshabati River. Pursuing the epoch-making ideology of Anandamarga, a few famous intellectuals heaped praise on Anandamarga and Anandanagar. Among them, a renowned scientist, Professor Satbhawna Bose, expressed his view. A number of devoted workers have come forward to dedicate their lives for upliftment of their unfortunate brothers and sisters is indeed an encouraging sign. Renowned historian Dr. Ramesh Chandra Majumdar gave a splendid remark. I have learned from friends whom I esteem has deeply impressed me. I fully appreciate its ideals and objects as well as the work done so far. Philologist Professor Suniti Kumar Chattopadhyay's encouraging view was, I have heard about Anandamarga Pracharak Sangha. The aims and objects of the institution that is being run under the inspiration of Sri Anandamurti Ji, who as a great religious teacher has taken up on himself the work of bringing about a spiritual regeneration of the people as a fundamental thing for intellectual and cultural as well as economic progress. World-famous lawyer Dr. Radha Vinod Pal commented, I have full faith on your Sangha, and I'm sure that under your guidance, your youth will be able to avoid the otherwise fateful encounter with nothingness. Anandanagar is a hub of universal expansion. Anandanagar is not only the physical Anandanagar by its name, it is also the Anandanagar of our lives. Anandanagar has been built up through the noblest sacrifice and forbearance of countless spiritual aspirants. Anandanagar has a special role to play in the creation of an exploitation-free human society in the world. Let Anandanagar show the way to the whole world. This is what we all desire. To make it happen, we should aim at its all-round development, which will keep showing the beacon light to universal humanity. let us make a beginning of this exemplary work from this very moment.
We offer our heartfelt salutations to the spiritual aspirants through whose sacrifice and forbearance Anandanagar has been built up.